In 1987, 26 people robbed one of Mumbai's most famous jewelry stores. Here's the twist that'll break your brain: most of them had no idea they were even committing a crime. They thought they'd landed the best government job in the entire country. They thought they were the good guys. They wore official badges. They followed orders. And they walked out with a fortune. This is the story of a heist so clean, so perfectly engineered, that police chased it for 3 years and never found their man. No arrests, no recovered gold, no answers. To this day, nobody knows who did it. If a real-life mastermind fascinates you, hit that subscribe button right now, because this story only gets crazier. Let's rewind to where it all began. Mumbai, 1987. Times were hard. Somewhere in a cramped apartment, a young man we'll call Raj sat staring at a newspaper. His parents lived on a tiny pension. His girlfriend's family wanted a wedding, and Raj had no job, no money, and a mountain of pressure on his shoulders. Every single morning, same ritual: scan the classifieds, hunt for work. Then one ad stopped him cold. 50 constables wanted. Intelligence and security. Educated candidates, report tomorrow for interview. And the location? A 5-star hotel. The employer? India's elite agency, the CBI. Raj couldn't believe his luck. A government job. Stable. Respected. Life-changing. What he didn't know that morning was that this job would drag him into one of India's greatest unsolved crimes. The next day, Raj arrived at the hotel, heart pounding with nerves. But he wasn't alone. Over 150 hopefuls had shown up, all of them desperate, all of them chasing the same dream job. One by one, they were called into a private interview room. When Raj's turn came, he expected a panel of stern officers. Instead, there was just one man, tall, sharp, with a commanding voice. He asked about Raj's family, his studies, his character, his loyalty. Then he sent him out to wait for the results. Hours later, the interviewer read out a short list of names. Raj held his breath. And then he heard it. He was in. 26 people were selected that day. Raj was one of them. The interviewer gave them a warning that felt strangely thrilling. You're now part of a prestigious agency. Stay honest. Follow the law. Tell no one, not even your family, that you work for the CBI. Tomorrow, report here at 11 sharp. We have important work. 26 people walked out glowing with pride. They'd made it. But to understand what happened next, you need one crucial piece of context. Back in 1968, India passed something called the Gold Control Act. The country was hemorrhaging gold reserves, and the government panicked. So they made it illegal for ordinary citizens to freely hold gold. Dealers were limited. Jewelers were watched. Purity had to be certified. And who enforced all this? Government raids, often led by the CBI. Surprise inspections on jewelry shops were completely normal back then. A team of officers arriving to test your gold. Believable. Routine. And that single fact is the loophole our mastermind was about to exploit. The next morning, the 26 recruits gathered outside the hotel. A luxury bus was waiting, and inside sat their interviewer. Let's call him Mohan Singh, though nobody knows his real name. He handed each recruit an official-looking CBI identity card. They felt unstoppable. Real badges. A real mission. A real future. Then Mohan briefed them. Today, their first raid on a jewelry shop. The target, a legendary store at Opera House, trading for over a century. A name every Mumbai-kar trusted. Dozens of branches. Spotless reputation. At 2:15, the bus rolled up right outside the shop. Mohan gave one final order. Follow every protocol, make 0 mistakes. Then 26 officers marched in like a disciplined military unit. The security guards froze. The staff froze. Even the owner froze. Mohan flashed his ID and an official search warrant, stamped and signed. This shop is now under CBI control. Nobody leaves. Nobody enters. The doors slammed shut. And that's when the real operation began. The fake officers moved with terrifying precision, clearly rehearsed. First, they cut the shop's telephone lines. No calls in, no calls out. Next, they disabled the security cameras. No footage, no witnesses. The owner protested, "We're legitimate. We have all our licenses." Mohan silenced him instantly. "There's a complaint. We test everything." The recruits swept the entire store, collecting every piece of jewelry. Gold necklaces, bangles, ornaments, all boxed up as samples for testing. To the innocent recruits, this looked completely official, completely legal. Mohan announced he'd take the samples away to test their purity. "If everything's pure, you get a certificate. If not, we seal the shop." He ordered the recruits to load every single box onto the bus. Then Mohan did something clever. He took the cash and the sales records. He told the owner to wait patiently. A nearby raid needed him too. "My officers will stay here. I'll be back within the hour." And just like that, Mohan Singh walked out the door and vanished. Inside the shop, an hour of tense, total silence crawled by. Then customers started arriving, and the recruits didn't know what to do. They had no next orders, no protocol. They quietly started slipping away. The staff grew suspicious. The owner grew suspicious. Something felt wrong. Finally, someone called the local police station to confirm the raid. The answer chilled the entire room. No CBI raid was scheduled that day. There was no raid, no test, no officers. It had all been a lie. The famous store had just been robbed of jewelry worth crores of rupees, and the 26 CBI officers. They were victims too, used as pawns. Real police stormed in and began one of Mumbai's most baffling cases. First, the CCTV. But remember, Mohan had switched the cameras off early. The earlier footage was grainy, low-quality 1987 tape. No clear faces, no fingerprints, no physical evidence. Mohan had left absolutely nothing. They interrogated all 26 recruits, but they knew nothing useful. From their memories, police pieced together a sketch of the interviewer. The trail led to the hotel, room 415. But Mohan had already checked out. A taxi had dropped him in a crowded suburb, then the trail simply died. Too many people, too many streets. He'd melted into the crowd perfectly. Police plastered his sketch everywhere, begging the public for any tips. Hundreds of leads poured in. Almost every single one was a dead end. Then they checked the address Mohan had given at the hotel front desk. It pointed to Kerala, to a man with a completely different name. But when the recruits saw that man, they said, "That's not our interviewer." Wrong person. Another dead end. The real Mohan was still a ghost. Police even flew to Dubai, chasing the era's huge gold smuggling network. They hoped someone had recently offloaded a suspicious fortune in gold. Nothing. No trace. The Dubai lead collapsed like all the others. Then one detail cracked the case wide open and made it even scarier. Months earlier, in 1986, an almost identical job ad had run in a paper. Same hotel, same interview. But that time, Mohan never showed up. Police realized the truth. The first interview had been a rehearsal. He'd tested the entire plan 6 months in advance, then vanished quietly. This wasn't luck. This was a calculated operation, planned to perfection. And here's the most unsettling part investigators kept coming back to. In 1987, no internet, no Google. How did he know CBI procedure so well? The exact ID cards, the warrants, the stamps, the emblems, the raid drill. Every detail was flawless. It pointed to someone with insider knowledge, possibly a former CBI officer, possibly someone still on the inside. But every lead in that direction also crumbled into nothing. Because of this heist, jewelers across Mumbai transformed their security. Better cameras, verification hotlines, badge number checks for every raid. One con man had rewritten the safety rules for an entire industry. Police worked the case for over 3 years, waiting for his next move. But Mohan Singh never struck again. One perfect performance, then silence. No encore, no mistakes, no second robbery to ever trip him up. And that's exactly why he was never ever caught. To this day, the Opera House heist remains a genuine unsolved mystery. So who was Mohan Singh? A rogue officer? A criminal genius? A ghost? Drop your theory in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story gave you chills, subscribe for more real mysteries. I'll see you in the next one.